Okay, so this just in. Prosecutors unsealed a superseding indictment in federal court today, charging 16-year-old Timothy Hudson, seen here for the first time, as an adult with first degree murder in the death of his 18-year-old stepsister, Anna Kepner, along with aggravated sexual assault tied directly to what happened right before he took her life. So I'm Joseph Morris, and don't forget to like and subscribe. The Department of Justice says in the new filing that the 16-year-old had a twisted obsession with the high school senior and that he forced Anna Kepner to engage in sexual acts and penetrated her before intentionally killing her. The indictment lays out those details in stark terms and now moves the whole case into adult federal court, where Timothy Hudson faces the possibility of life in prison if convicted. This update comes roughly 5 months after the tragedy and adds important new information to what we already knew. So now let's rewind to early November 2025, when the blended family from Titusville, Florida, stepped aboard the Carnival Horizon for what should have been a relaxing 6-day Caribbean cruise. 18-year-old Anna Kepner was the bright cheerleader and high school senior with so much ahead of her. She had just finished her test to join the military, and she often spoke about becoming a canine handler with the Titusville Police Department or enlisting in the Navy. She was traveling with her father, 41-year-old Christopher Kepner, and his wife, Chantel Hudson, and the rest of their blended family, including 16-year-old Timothy Hudson, who had become her stepbrother only about 7 or 8 months earlier, along with their 14-year-old half-brother. The three teens ended up sharing one cabin together, a decision that many people following this case still find hard to understand. So on the night of November 6th, Anna Kepner told her family she was not feeling well after dinner, and she went back to the cabin to rest. Timothy Hudson, who takes medication for ADHD and insomnia, was the only other person there at the time, while the 14-year-old half-brother had gone out to wander the ship and take some photos. When the younger boy returned later, he did not see Anna Kepner and assumed she was staying up late with Christopher Kepner, Chantel Hudson, or their grandparents, Jeffrey and Barbara Kepner. He climbed into his bunk and went to sleep, completely unaware that her body was hidden just feet away. The next morning, on November 7th, the family gathered for breakfast and realized something was wrong when Anna Kepner never appeared. A medical emergency call went out over the ship's speakers, and Christopher Kepner hurried back to the cabin. Around 11:17 in the morning, the maid, who was cleaning the room, made the devastating discovery. She found Anna Kepner's body wrapped in a blanket, covered with life jackets, and pushed all the way underneath the bed. The 14-year-old half-brother had slept just feet away the entire night, completely unaware of the horror hidden right beside him. The ship immediately changed course and made a beeline for the port of Miami so authorities could respond. Investigators confirmed the cause of death was mechanical asphyxiation after Timothy Hudson held her in a bar hold. The FBI launched a full investigation right on the ship, interviewing everyone, reviewing all security footage, and collecting every piece of evidence. So Timothy Hudson was first charged as a juvenile back in February, but today, April 13th, 2026, the federal grand jury handed up this superseding indictment, charging him as an adult and adding the second serious count based on the new details in the filing. Timothy Hudson has been living with a relative under GPS ankle monitoring while the case moves forward, and reports say he has claimed no memory of the events inside the cabin that night. The way the scene was left has left investigators and the public trying to piece together exactly what unfolded in those hours. Writing in their joint statement, 41-year-old Christopher Kepner and his wife, Chantel Hudson, said, quote, "The loss of our daughter is a pain that will never fully heal. She was taken from us in a violent and senseless way, and our family has been permanently changed. Our grief is overwhelming, and her absence is felt in every part of our lives. No parent should ever have to bury their child, and no words can fully express the depth of our loss. We believe in accountability and in the importance of justice being carried out. Our daughter deserves justice, and her life deserves to be honored through a full and fair legal process," end quote. So that statement really shows the depth of pain this family is carrying while they call for the legal process to deliver accountability. The case now heads into adult federal court, where the penalties are far more severe and the public is watching closely for what comes next. So midway through the story, I want to ask you something straight up. What are your thoughts on decisions like this in blended family vacations? Should stepbrothers and stepsisters share one cabin? Drop your thoughts in the comments because I try to read every single one and it really adds to the conversation. So this indictment has brought fresh attention to how federal jurisdiction works when something like this happens in international waters, and how the system can shift from juvenile to adult proceedings once the grand jury acts. Timothy Hudson was the only other person in the cabin with Anna Kepner that night, and the new details in the filing have people across social media reacting strongly to the full picture of what prosecutors say occurred. I mean, one person writes, "This is him, don't hide him, give him the death penalty." Another person writes, "Betrayed by her parents, stuffed into a room with a horny rapist. Mom and Anna should have roomed. I wouldn't dream of putting my teenage son in a room for a week with his sister. Dad stays in there. Now look, 100% her parents' fault. I hope they're in hell." Wow, that's pretty harsh. Another person writes, "So this guy was porn brain and took this stepbro stuff too seriously and ended up killing his sister over it. Nice." So yeah, apparently there's like this adult film where this woman gets trapped in a laundry machine and adult activities unfold, and it's become a huge meme over the years. And this person brought up a good point. Her ex-boyfriend revealed that Anna was so afraid of her new stepbrother, she often slept at her friend's home. And this person continues that she warned the parents that there were many signs, yet the parents placed her in an impossible spot. I mean, this is the kind of situation no one ever imagines when they book a cruise, and yet here we are 5 months later with the case now in adult court and new details emerging. So as a trial process begins, many are left reflecting on the broader lessons about keeping kids safe, especially in close quarters during family trips. The full details will continue to come out in court, but today's filing marks a significant turning point for everyone involved. So, in my opinion, siblings or step-siblings of different genders over the age of 5 should not share bedrooms without adult supervision. Anna Kepner had told her parents that Timothy Hudson was bothering her, yet they still put them in the same cabin. Will there be some kind of charges against the parents? They have a duty, after all, to keep their children safe. So what do you guys think? I'd be interested in hearing what you have to say about this case. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe and leave a comment because I try to read every single one. Thank you.